this isn't a question of whether taxes allows you to redistribute the wealth, as they call it. That's the whole point of taxes. The question is, where do you redistribute it and how much? And where does it go? Well, that's where the Republicans have a completely different answer. For example, they don't want corporations to pay taxes. They want you to pay taxes. Somebody's got to pay the taxes for those wars that they want to start, right? So who's going to pay it? Well, they certainly don't want it to be corporate America. They'd much rather have it be the average citizen. But don't take my word for it. Take their word for it. Hey, Suze, let's go to clip number 1 here. Now, this is a compilation of conservatives, Republicans, and some businessmen who think that, oh, my God, it is time to redistribute so that corporations pay less. Well,
China, the world's most populous nation, once a bastion of communism. Now it has better incentives for job creation than the U.S. does in terms of taxes.
Our corporate rate is 35%. The European average is 25%. Stupider than Europe.
Europeans, in particular, have much lower corporate taxes than the United States.
So China's a better example of freeing labor markets from taxation that impedes job creation than the U.S. is these days.
The United States today has the second highest tax rate in the world.
That is the second highest.
The U.S. has one of the most uncompetitive business tax systems in the world.
We have about the second highest corporate tax burden on average.
We have the second highest.
We know that America is very high, among the highest in the world, if not the highest.
I would disagree with the idea that we want to have a corporate tax burden at all.
What do you think the ultimate effective tax rate should be on corporations?
0.
0.
Yeah.
I think the solution is to eliminate corporate taxes altogether.
We're not looking for corporations to get off lightly. We're looking for corporations to be taxed fairly.
And fair would be 0% for them and a hell of a lot more for you. By the way, that nonsense talking point is about, oh my God, 35% corporate tax rate. And then once you add local taxes, it's up to 39.1. Really? Do they pay that? Hell no. Do you know that there are 26 Fortune 500 companies that since 2008, every single year have either paid 0 taxes or gotten a rebate from the American taxpayers? We gave them money instead of them paying their taxes. And that's not all. That whole thing about, oh my God, we're so burdened by taxes. Are you kidding me? Among OECD countries, those are the developed countries, we're 5th from the bottom in the lowest effective tax rate. That's the taxes they actually pay. After they got all their loopholes and deductions and exemptions that they bribed the politicians for, the U.S.'s actual rate that they pay taxes, our corporations, is 13.4%. 5th from the bottom. You want to know what UK's is? 27.7. More than double our rate. Australia, 30.5%. So this whole idea that U.S., oh my God, we pay too much, corporations pay too much in taxes, redistribute the taxes to somebody else. Bullshit. That's what it is. Because the tax code is a matter of decisions. Everything you do in the tax code is a decision about our priorities as a country. And what the Republicans tell you is our priorities are lower the rates for multinational corporations and the richest among us, and shift that burden in 100 different ways to the middle class. Whether it's cutting what they call entitlements, that's Social Security and Medicare, and you're entitled to that, by the way, because you paid into it your whole life. Whether it's cutting, food stamps, which Paul Ryan's budget wants to do by about $33 billion over the next 10 years for people who desperately need food. And you heard Mitt Romney in his little spiel to his donors. He said, these people think they're entitled to food. While they, by the way, eat the fanciest food served with people with white gloves on in Boca Raton. And they're like, oh, they think they're entitled to food. I do declare. But it's their priorities. And they don't give a damn about the poor. They don't give a damn about the middle class. That's who they're going to take from. And they want to give to the rich and the corporations. And it's a fact, and you saw it for yourself right there. That's their motivation.